All right, y'all. Good morning. Welcome back to Fox 26 for another episode of Foodies and Friends. And as you can see, we're not in our usual dining spaces today. Yes, we do have food. No, we're not floating around, but we are downtown. This is Chef Evan Parker. He is the executive chef of a restaurant y'all may not have heard before here at the 1415 Louisiana building. And yes, on the 43rd floor, Strato 550. Welcome. Thank you for letting us invade your beautiful space on Monday morning.
Oh, of course. I'm happy to have you here.
Tuesday morning. Yes. Sorry. It is Tuesday. We are finally out of Houston Restaurant Weeks. We had an incredible 2 months of raising funds for the Houston Food Bank and supporting the restaurant community. 2 entire months of dining out and doing good. Y'all did good. I know you did extra good. We're going to get to that in a second on how Chef Evan Parker helped support Houston Restaurant Weeks. But it was a busy summer, y'all. Restaurants were excited. The dining rooms were full. Reservation lists were full. So huge thank you to all of you, each and every single one of you who went out and supported the Houston Food Bank via Houston Restaurant Weeks. We were very appreciative. All right. Why are we here? Who are you? And what are we doing? That's what we're getting to. Let's go right to the foodie cam and we'll talk to you a little bit about the food and the restaurant, because it's not a restaurant that typically is open during regular operating hours, correct?
Yes, that's correct. Most of our guests come from, downtown business lunches, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mostly, I guess, like the local companies that rent out building space.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of high power business lunches, taking clients out. Kind of an elevated experience for our guests, who want to show off, who want something different than just going down to the tunnels. We're another option. In fact, we're the exact opposite of the tunnels.
Literally the opposite, because there is a rooftop deck here. I'm slightly nervous about walking outside near it. He has no problem. It's like, I don't know. He's like, oh yeah, go right over there. It's just a straight shot down 44 stories. I'm like, chef, I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm okay. We're gonna tell you guys all about the space, but oh my gosh, look at this foodie cam. You guys, this may be the most legendary foodie cam we've ever had here. And yeah, it's a real shot. Chef, tell us what we're looking at here.
This is the cauliflower agro dolce. It's kind of an Italian style sweet and sour sauce. It's got sultanas, also known as golden raisins, red onions. There's vinegar, there's some chilies. So it kind of just like brightens up the cauliflower, which can be kind of bland sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
We've roasted the cauliflower too, tossed in some fresh herbs. So kind of just a different take on, just simple, roasted cauliflower.
Yeah. I mean, I am one of those crazy folks that thinks that bland cauliflower is good. I mean, I can just roast it, put a little bit of salt, and it's fine. And I love how all of these dishes, so many chefs around town are expanding and putting so many different twists and flavors and ingredients. This is one of the most colorful cauliflower dishes I've seen in a while.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you know what? Even the cauliflower is bland because it is a blank slate. You can do so much with it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably why, you're seeing chefs get a lot more creative.
Ooh, excellent dish. Yeah, kind of like not a warm dish. Right?
Yeah.
It can be warm.
It can be
cold.
warm, room temperature-ish.
Yeah. Ooh, I like this as a cold dish though. I like it as a cold salad.
Yeah, definitely. I'll take home a big bowl of it after work sometimes.
Yeah.
Just keep it in the fridge and munch on it in the middle of the night.
No, and the onions, especially when they're cold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're really good. Now, what is it? Parsley? Yeah,
yes.
Parsley.
Yeah, parsley, and then
it just hit me.
Oh,
yeah.
With the sauce, there's some chili flakes, some bay leaves that we make with it.
Yeah.
Wine, vinegar, a little honey and sugar, and then just reduce it down.
All good stuff. Now, we mentioned, the operating hours here. So this restaurant really focuses on the downtown businesses here in Houston. So you're a popular spot for brunches.
Yeah.
Lunches.
Yes,
yeah.
lunches, yeah.
And then you're also a very popular spot for meeting space. So people who are having either a meeting or a party, because y'all do have a full restaurant kitchen here.
Yes, absolutely. We do have private rooms. So if you need a private, quiet space to have a meeting,
Mhm.
a business lunch, we can cater to that. Also very popular just for private events too. So,
Yep.
our hours Tuesday through Friday opens us up to renting out the whole space
Mhm.
on the weekends. So we've done weddings. We've done a lot of corporate holiday parties, engagement parties. The terrace out there is awesome for proposals.
Mhm.
We've done some really impressive proposals out there. So yeah, any private events or happy hours or anything where you need the whole space,
Yep.
we're an excellent spot for that.
And that kind of explains why the restaurant isn't open for normal dinner hours
Yes.
on the weekends, because it's such a popular space. I mean, this is, total surround view, and it's floor to ceiling windows. And then like you said, the conference rooms, there's individual little pods, so you can open it up to all be one space. We might have done that already. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Or you can just go outside onto the patio on the 43rd story at your own risk. I don't know. Some people put furniture in out there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who that. All right, back to the foodie cam we go here at Strato 550 in the 1415 Louisiana building. Parking is conveniently located next door at the 777 Clay Garage, and y'all do validate.
Yes, we do validate. So free parking if you come dine with us.
All right, this is the dish I have been waiting for. As soon as I saw it come out, I smelled it, and multiple people claimed it. So what are we looking at, Chef?
This is a butternut squash risotto. We make it with carnaroli rice as opposed to arborio. It kind of helps hold its shape a lot better, and it makes a creamier result. It's got coconut butter, roasted shallots and cremini mushrooms, a Cabernet reduction, crispy sage, more herbs. So yeah, it's a very rich dish. It is vegan. We always like to have something to cater to vegetarians and vegans, but I don't want to sacrifice richness.
Yeah, no, the taste. And I love dishes like this because as soon as I saw that dish, I said, "Ooh, polenta." And they're like, "No, that's not polenta." But I love that because it's a surprise.
Oh, yes.
And then it's like, "Oh, this is interesting. This is something that I wasn't thinking that it was." And then, maybe it changes the taste and the perception in your eyes. Now, Chef, you're talking a pretty big game here. It's very clear what you're doing. You're not just throwing things at the wall and saying, "Oh, maybe this will taste good."
They're like, "Oh, sure, yeah, no."
It happens, and who am I to complain about a method? But tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what got you into hospitality here in Houston.
Yeah.
While I eat.
Oh, please. So originally born in California, but moved to Houston when I was much younger. And then moved to Austin, started cooking there, Louis 106. And then ended up moving to Portland, Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Western Culinary Institute up there.
Mm-hmm.
Worked for a great Italian restaurant group called Mingo. And then moved back down to Houston. I had to come home.
Yep.
So I started doing catering with Melange Catering.
Mm-hmm.
Did that for 7 years.
Back in the day, good old Melange Catering. If y'all grew up in Houston, you probably remember them. Yep. Yeah. Mr. Harold Kelly also with Melange Catering. He might be here. I don't know.
Then I went over to Tiny's Number 5 for a little bit.
Shout out to Tiny's, yeah.
And then one of my old chefs who trained me, he came from Brennan's in New Orleans. He had called me. He's like, "Hey, I heard about this opportunity. How would you like to check it out?" Mm-hmm. And I went through the process, and I loved the space, of course. Whenever I was riding the elevator up, my ears start popping. I'm like, okay, this is going to be
a serious trip.
Yeah, what is going on? And then walking out onto the terrace, I was just like, I could take my lunch out here.
Yeah. You weren't intimidated the first time you went out there?
No, not okay, a little bit. I was a little bit. I was like, all right, stay away from the edge.
Yeah.
You don't get too close.
Yeah.
But, you kind of build up to that.
Mm-hmm.
Now it kind of like energizes me if, after service, I can take a step out and kind of
breathe some
some air and just kind of be outside for a little bit.
And
stuck in the kitchen.
You can see really far.
Oh yeah.
Like that's the wild thing is like, it's so flat and clear, and you can just, if it's a clear day.
Oh yeah. So 550, the 550 in our name, is how many feet high up we are.
Oh,
right?
that's smart.
So we're
Yeah.
550 feet up in the air.
Yeah.
And I mean, if it's a cloudy day, if the clouds are low enough, we're in the clouds.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
you know, I've stepped down on the terrace and like I've literally been inside of a cloud.
In the clouds. I can't think of a better place to have a lunch, chef. What are we looking at?
Oh, that is those are caramelized plantains. So we fry them, and then we have a salsa calabacita. It's a zucchini salsa with jalapeno, little tomatillo, onion, garlic, cilantro. And then we've got some queso fresco on top of it as well. Pickled red onions, cilantro.
Yeah, I mean, these dishes are extraordinary. They're beautiful. They taste amazing. But, you know, it makes sense. You really, based on your clientele, you know, the folks that are coming in here, important meetings, lots of businesses, they generally want good food. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And they have varied tastes too. You know, they want something interesting. You know, a lot of times too, it'll be 10, 20 people from the office going out to lunch. And we make a lot of dishes that are meant to be shared as well. Like these plantains are a great, you know, first kind of shareable course, right? And again, vegetarian.
Yeah.
And you can get without the cheese to make it vegan.
Yeah. I'm interested in your little sauce mixture down here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because that looks yummy. Oh, and it is.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
my goodness.
It's got a little bit of heat to it. It goes well with the caramelized plantains, which are very sweet.
Oh, give me some tortillas too.
Yeah.
This is outstanding. And again, like really, I mean, it could be warm, could be cool. I mean, it's just very, very easy to inhale. I don't know, you know, that happens often here probably. All right, back to the foodie cam we go.
Our pollo diovolo. It's a half roasted chicken that we've deboned, but we've left a little chicken wing on. There's some roasted pickled red onion. We've got some roasted broccoli with it, pickled Fresno peppers. And then we take the jus from the roasted chicken and reduce it down with arbol chilies, vinegar, white wine, a little butter. And then we baste the chicken with it while it's roasting.
Oh, yeah. I mean, these are really very special dishes.
Yeah. I love this one a lot because you get the thigh meat without the bone. You get the breast and the little chicken wing on it. And it's just, it's perfect.
I like the manual.
Yeah.
Do you do that for your guests, chef?
I
do you go to the table and explain to them how to move the chicken bones? Yes.
Yeah, like a little wing right here.
Yeah. Now we had another really expressive chef, Chef Luis from BCN.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he was another very descriptive, and I was just like, yes, continue, chef. I enjoy. He was like, you do this, and then you take the asparagus and you slice and this and ooh, yes. I'm noticing is it you love pickles or onions pickled?
Yes.
I've seen it in multiple dishes.
Yeah.
Tell me why this holds a special place in your heart. Because I agree with you 100%.
Oh yeah. Especially when you have something very rich, or you know, there's like anything like the chicken skin, right? Has a lot of richness. It's a little fatty. So you need something to kind of like balance it out, right?
Yep.
And I think like a little roasted pickled red onion, a little pickled peppers and stuff. It really helps elevate and like enhance the dish.
Oh yeah, no, I love, you know, like when you're grilling, and I'm the veggie girl. When people grill, I'm like, give me a big chunk of pepper or slice an onion in half and grill that baby.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'm good with that instead of the beef. I don't, you know, just grill all the vegetables for me. And
I always make sure whenever we're grilling at home, we always have a few extra coals lit, eggplants going on there, tomatoes.
Yeah.
So we always have some sort of, you know, roasted veggie.
Ooh, and this sauce is excellent. It'll kick.
Yes, it is
really
spicy.
Good.
The diavolo,
really good.
Definitely going to denote that it's got some heat to it.
It definitely has, but it's some good heat. All right, back to the foodie cam we go. So I can once again take another bite here at Strato 550. Oh boy, I heard about this before I got here.
Oh yes, so classic wedge salad, right? It's very popular lunch option. We make a homemade ranch dressing. Our buttermilk dressing with a lot of herbs and garlic and onion. Again, the pickled red onions on top. A bunch of blue cheese.
A bunch.
A bunch of blue cheese.
A bunch.
Yeah, especially a wedge. You need a lot of blue cheese.
Wedges need a bunch.
Yeah.
Of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
This may be the dish that is the most highly argued over among production.
I can see that. Everyone's got their take on it. You know, everyone's got a different little thing that they do different. I think ours, we serve it with a whole strip of applewood smoked bacon as opposed to bacon crumbles. This has been very...
Oh, chef. This is a wedge salad, y'all. Yeah. Come on.
This is a monster. It can... Yeah. You're definitely taking some home.
Oh, I'm eating this whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I love wedge salad. It's probably the salad for me. But yeah, so when you crush the wedge like this, that's nice because, we all know wedge salad. We've all had wedge salad. But when it looks like this, it's a little bit different. All right, back to the foodie cam we go with Chef Evan Parker at Strato 550, taking a look at some of the incredible dishes here on their lunch and dinner menu.
This is our burger. It's pan-seared. We do it in a carbon steel pan, and it's got it's a 50-50 blend of brisket and ribeye. So we grind that in-house. And applewood bacon, homemade pickles, a very rich herb tarragon aioli, fontina cheese. We hand cut our French fries. Ooh. I think we've got the best fries, but you'll have to taste them.
Good job sitting through the argument there, Chef. Yeah. They were trying to take the salad away from me. I'm like, no. And he's just like talking and talking. He's done some TV before. Speaking of doing TV, we're going to roll this in a little bit too. Now, we mentioned Melange Catering. You knew my mama, Cleverly Stone. And
I did.
You did TV with her on Fox 26 before too, right? And radio?
I think maybe I'd shown up once or twice. I know I did all the food over here for Harold.
He made the food a lot of the times. If y'all remember, my mother loved to get dressed up. And if you remember, a lot of times during the holidays on Fox 26, she might be the Statue of Liberty. She might be Abe Lincoln some days. But in all those cases, she was joined by an incredible gentleman. We're going to talk to him here in a second. I'm going to tell you why. But this was the guy who was making the food.
Yep.
I mean, they still talk about that food at the station.
Oh, that's too funny.
Because it was so much and it was so amazing.
Oh, yeah, I remember getting up at 4 a.m. with Harold at the shop, getting everything packed up and ready to go. Just like, do we have everything? Is everything checked off? Double check it. And then getting a phone call again is like, they forgot to bring this. So we're driving stuff out. So
fun memories.
It was fun. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Fun memories. All right, back to the foodie cam we go. We've got one or two more dishes before we have a surprise for y'all. Oh boy, what are we looking at?
So we've got two dishes here. We've got our pan-seared roasted salmon. We leave the skin on. We've got it gets roasted with carrots, cauliflower. And then we make a pine nut herb salsa verde underneath that.
Ooh.
Yeah, so there's some tarragon and parsley, thyme in there, kind of a fresh take. We don't have any starch or anything like that with it. Just a little lighter dish, which I think is appropriate with the salmon. And then it also has a guajillo olive oil with it as well. Yeah,
I mean, speaking of that, you have to be a little bit more conscientious of your ingredients because so many folks are coming in and you're not trying to flatten them, after they have a lunch.
Yes.
They do need to operate fully.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And this is
after they leave.
This is a great option for someone who doesn't want something as heavy as, that wonderful 8-ounce burger over there with brisket and ribeye in it.
Yeah.
Great for lunch, but some people they need something not as heavy. And the salmon is perfect for that. Again, even though the wedge salad's huge, it's not weighing.
Not that filling, yeah.
And then we have our classic flan over here. Some toasted shaved coconut, Grand Marnier caramel, and a little blackberry. Especially for lunch, desserts don't need to be as big. We were finding if we had these, big slices of cake or something like that.
Yep.
It's too much.
I love big slices of cake. All right.
Oh,
So
yeah.
this is what brings us to why we're here today. So we just wrapped Houston Restaurant Weeks, as y'all know. About a few months ago, I got a phone call from this guy right here, telling me we'd love to participate and give back and support you guys, with Houston Restaurant Weeks, but we're not open as often as we need to be for dinner to the public. Can we throw you guys a party?
Oh, yeah.
So we had a party, y'all. This is where we had the annual HRW kickoff party, and it was an incredible party. We had about 200 people celebrating the kickoff of Houston Restaurant Weeks, which benefited the Houston Food Bank. We're going to show you guys a few pictures, but this is the man who transformed the space. Harold Kelly joins us now with Swift Events, and you're an old friend of Chef Evan Parker.
I am.
From the good old Melange
From
Catering.
The very good old days.
And
yes.
also no stranger to Fox 26, because I feel like you're a little outdated in your dress. You should you should have like a pilgrim's hat on, or a turkey costume, or you should be in the shape of a banana, because I
you shouldn't recognize me.
You should not recognize this man. He was the one with my mother all the time early on Fox 26. Whenever it was a fun holiday, they loved to dress up.
So many good times.
And it was just so fun. I know she enjoyed those segments so much with you and the food. And like I said, they still talk about them, because I know our producers, the first time that they saw the banana costume coming out, they didn't know it was going to come out. What were they going to do?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So tell everybody a little bit about Swift Events, what y'all do. We're going to look at some pictures here on what y'all did here at the party, and then also mention another very, very well-known restaurant that you guys put together from the ground up.
Awesome. Yeah. So Swift and Company, we've been in a company for over 30 years now. Mm-hmm. Elizabeth Swift Copeland owns the company. She's amazing. She's incredible. Lots of people know her in the industry and around Houston. And so it's really cool to be working with her. We do event decor and rentals. So we have a whole full division for that. And we have catering and special events that we do as well. So anything from weddings, special events, catering, whatever you need.
All right. Now we're taking a look at some of the party pictures. That was our cake. There we go. Chelsea Edwards from Fox 26. There's the cake again. Picture. Yeah, we had great colors and great cake. Shout out to Dionysus Wine Imports, Stella Artois, DoorDash, BMW, Fox 26, Open Table. These are all of our incredible sponsors. That's Brian Green from the Houston Food Bank, Heather Eisnogel. It was a great party. Y'all did a great job.
Thank you. Well, once everybody got in, it was kind of cool to walk up and see these little elements here and there, between the lighting and the linen coordination. And we really tried to work with the elements that the restaurant already has, which worked perfectly with the logo for the event as well. So it was fantastic.
Now there's another really cool thing that they do every year during rodeo. Y'all might remember Ben Berg's The Ranch. Usually it's a little grassy area or a parking lot, but every March, this guy is the one who transforms that space. Everything y'all are looking at, from the carpets on the floor to the plates on the tables to the chandeliers hanging from the ceiling, this is the man, this is the company that designs it. This is incredible. How do y'all do this? Because this is truly one of the most beautiful restaurants, I think, that we get to see every year.
For it to be completely built up from the ground up
in like
and then
2 weeks
down after that is really an incredible process. My team at Swift is impeccable. They're just amazing. It's 20, 30 people out there for 2 weeks, nonstop, doing setup, creating walls where there weren't walls before, adding chandeliers, putting in flooring, changing things around, creating everything that the restaurant would need to execute their vision and their restaurants.
Yeah.
So the guests are wowed every time they come in.
Totally wowed. I mean, it's incredible. I think most people don't realize. I mean, I think they do once they get in. They're like, oh, this didn't exist a few days ago. And then it's just this incredible walking into just a wonderland. Yeah. So that's incredible. Shout out to Berg Hospitality and the Ranch. Shout out to the rodeo. Shout out to this man right here. Thank you so much for your support of Houston Restaurant Weeks. We really appreciate it. Of course. And also shout out to Chef Evan Parker and Strato 550. Y'all were incredible. Get on over here, Chef. Say goodbye with us. That is going to do it. Come on, get in the back here. Say goodbye. These guys did such an incredible job during this party, and we're so appreciative of their support. And maybe we'll see them next year. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right, y'all. Make sure you tune in to Fox 26. Stay right here for all of your Foodies and Friends episodes. You can find us on the Fox 26 YouTube channel or on the Fox local app, streaming live every Saturday morning. We'll see you guys again soon on another episode.
Bye.